or North Miami Commission for Women. I call this meeting to order. In the absence of Ms. Pierre, I'll do the call to order. Commissioner Rose Gunn-Pierre,
Present.
Commissioner Faraja,
Present.
Commissioner Pazmino,
Present.
Commissioner Dr. Etienne, Commissioner Dr. Glitman, Commissioner
Present.
Naomi Blamire, present. Thank you. We have a quorum to proceed. At this time, we will ask Commissioner Faraja to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, are there any amendments to the agenda? No. Okay, we're going to move forward with the first item on the agenda. That's the third annual NOMI Woman Wellness Brunch debriefing. We're going to open with the budget. Commissioner Glitman, would you like to lead us?
Yes, good evening, board member. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to explain the budget. Thank you, Chairwoman Dr. Blamire. And I have shared my report with everyone on the board. It's so very clear on the board. Our budget to start was $5,500, and we have a sponsor and the several sponsors here, which is the city manager, Councilman Charles, and Councilwoman Estime Irvin, Councilman Byrne, Chamber Director David. These are all $1,000 donation, and Nomi Village Vincent Claw, 300, and Mike McDermott, 300. So we got the 5,600. With our fundraise, our raffle, we have $200 income with that, and from our vendor that we have supposedly is 10, but we have 12 in the end. So we have total of $1,450. Together, we have the total budget of $12,750. And our expenses, to start, we have approved the $7,635. But while our actual expenses is $13,193. So we have enough, and with the in-kind donation from the North Day Rotary and Archie Award by Connie, she also in-kind donate $440. With that, we have enough. We have the $800 total from the expense. So we have total expense only $12,393. So we have a balance brought forward $357 we have left over. Thank you. Anyone have any question, please let me know.
Thank you, Vice Chair. At this time, we open for questions, concerns.
I'm a little bit confused. It says negative 800.
No, it's a donation 800.
Oh, so this is a positive then.
It's
So
minor. It's minor from the total expenses. It was $13,193, and in-kind donation next to it, it say in-kind donation of $800. So we minor that. That's how we got the $12,393.
Okay. Thank you.
any other questions? Any questions?
I have none.
Thank you. Commissioner
I have none.
Woods-Gumpia?
No questions, thank you.
Wonderful. We want to thank Vice Chair Glitman for putting all of this together. Just to wrap it up, as we know, we had a good problem, which was we started off 50, and we were able to obtain 240 individuals to register. On the day of, we had about 200 attendees, which, allowed me to see that we could have kept the link open to have more women register. And so that is something that we should consider going forward, that when you're having a citywide event and it is at no cost, you should not go with the amount of people registered 100%, because there is no fee. And so on the day of, you might have individuals who just decide not to come, or who may have something happen and they not come. But at the end of the day, we are setting up for that amount of people. And as we can see, our largest bill was the catering bill. So we need to ensure that going forward, we take into consideration the amount of people who registered versus what we believe will actually attend. That's number one. The second thing that I wanted to point out, I did get some phone calls from leaders, not necessarily female leaders, not necessarily in the city of North Miami, but connected to the city, who did not receive invitations. And so at this time, I would like to go over with staff, not just the list that we comprise currently, but I'm just going to open it up for discussion for individuals or organizations within the Haitian community, the Hispanic community, the African American community, who are connected to the city, that going forward, we will ensure that we send out a letter of invitation to them. We may not think that people are watching or they want to be a part of what we're doing in the city of North Miami, but in actuality, people are watching and they definitely want to participate. So to start it off, we know that Hannah is always on the invitation, but we want to make it clear that going forward, we have a contact list. And on that contact list is Hannah, which is the Haitian Association, Haitian American Nurses Association. Okay. I know that every year or every 2 years, they change officers. But what is a email that is consistent?
info@hannahflorida.org.
Perfect. That's what we need, because what happens is when officers change, we may not have the direct information, and that is an issue. Okay. We have Haitian American Professional Coalition, HAPSI. Now, I do not have their general.
info@hapcoalition.org.
You have it? Okay, great.
info@HAPC, right? It's hapcoalition.org.
Okay. So HAPC.
Yeah, info
Mhm.
at
Mhm.
hapcoalition.org.
Excellent. Now, we have the doctors, help me out, I know you know it. I am not sure.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Who is the contact person for there?
Dr. Elizabeth Phillip, president.
Okay, we're not going to give her number now, but we will ensure that we give you her direct phone number. Okay, the next organization that we need to have on the contact list is the Women's Chamber of Commerce for Miami-Dade County. Okay, I have the phone number for the next president. I will share that with you. Now, the idea is that we're not going to contact the president. We're going to specifically ask for their general email. Okay? The
Women,
Miami-Dade Women's Chamber of Commerce, WACC.
okay.
Okay? AHEAD, Haitian American.
Association of Haitian Educator of Date.
There you go. Okay?
Marivia is the president now.
You have a phone number for her? Okay, great. And so we won't give her number out loud, but we'll make sure that you have that number. Now, these are the organizations that I thought of that I truly believe we should have on our contact list. The next one is the Haitian Chamber of Commerce. I know we do, but I just want to make sure that we're not emailing an officer who may be there now and then later may not be there. We want to make sure that we have a direct contact number for those organizations. And I have another one, which is IRDOP, but I want to give you, that is the acronym. Okay. I'm going to give you the breakdown for IRDOP.
For IHEAD, it's iheadflorida@gmail.com.
If there's any other organizations, while I get the full name, that we believe that these are individuals that support our cause and would definitely want to be invited to our events. HLA, Haitian Lawyers Association. Again, I also have the number for the president. I can give that directly to you.
I do believe the Jamaican Nurses Association of Florida, they had almost a full table at our event. I'll be more than happy to share Dr. Bevelyn Allen, who's the current president for GenAF. The Miami Chapter Black Nurses Association, the president is Dr. Constance Miller, and I will give you the contact, because these are nonprofit professional nursing organization. And so miamibna@gmail.com. And so that's the Miami Chapter Black Nurses Association. Dr. Constance Miller lives in the city of North Miami, and she's the president.
Thank you. And then going back to IRDAP, AEDAP, the Association of Exchange and Development of Activities and Partnership. I'll repeat that. Association of Exchange and Development of Activities and Partnership. Now, I've gone down the list of that I have access to, and I know that they definitely want to keep informed. Of course, I believe FUM is on the list, but let's just make sure that we do have a contact information for FUM. From Haitian Miami. And then, of course, Santla, which is just down the block. Now, I know that with Santla, we send out a letter of invitation to Leonie, but we have to get into the habit of having a general email for the organization, that whoever the secretary, executive assistant, no matter who changes roles, we know that that organization has given us their main email address, and we have that. You know, to have something like what we had on Sunday, which was an amazing event. It was just beautiful, and we had so many great supporters there. And then to have individuals call who are, leading organizations in the community, and for them to be upset and say they didn't receive an invitation and that they felt slighted, we just want to ensure that that does not happen again. And of course, we have Prosperity that is led by Nadej. I also have a number for her. Okay.
Since we're talking about organization, I just want to make sure we include the National Association of Hispanic Nurses. That is the Miami chapter. And Armando Riera is the current president. And of course, Dr. Danae Rodriguez Aratola is the president-elect. So, and Armando's term will be over soon. So we can certainly reach out to Danae.
Excellent.
The information for the Hispanic, again, that's the Miami chapter, National Association of Hispanic Nurses. Because if we're going to invite, we have to, I always mention diversity because we have the Black nurses, the Hispanic nurses, the Haitian nurses, and we have several. We have the Trinidad and Tobago. We have a whole bunch. And I just happen to be the chair of the ethnic group for all of the association, and being the president of FNA, I have all their contacts. So if we need to invite, that's not an issue.
Okay, great. So I think that we have a good list. I was able to speak to the new executive director for the Commission for Women from Miami-Dade County, and although she was not able to attend, she did receive our email, so kudos to staff for making sure that she received the email, and there was somebody there who was in attendance. And so we also want to say kudos to the city of Coral Gables, the councilwoman who was here to celebrate with us. We want to thank all of our amazing sponsors, beginning with Councilwoman Mary Estime Irving. Not only is she the individual who established the board, she is the individual who puts aside $5,500 every year for us to have something in the pot to work with. We were blessed this year to be able to raise another $5,600. And I know that Vice Chair mentioned it, but we're just going to repeat it again. The event was sponsored by our city manager, Teresa Theralis, Councilman Charles Pierre, Councilwoman Mary Estime Irvin, Councilman Kevin Burns, the Chamber, the Greater North Miami Chamber, Nomi Village, and Mr. Mike McDermott, who is always a great supporter. And in total, we were able to raise an additional $5,600. And then we had some amazing vendors. We had Dr. Pads, we had Global Innovation Foundation, Miami-Dade College Black Nurses Association, HANA. We also had Harmony Health and Wellness, J Cash Jewels, MJ Wellness Community Center, Premier Realty Homes, Premier Dental Care Center, which gave so many great prizes for our raffle, Pristine Green Financial Solutions, and Superville Travel. With the vendors alone, we were able to raise an additional $1,450. So all in all, I want to say a great thank you to the entire staff of North Miami, including Gertie, who did a phenomenal job. I mean, we walked into the place and everyone was in awe. So I just want to take this time to salute her for her work, for her creativity, for her touch of class, which of course is so always dear to my heart. I love it when a woman puts something together and when you walk in, you feel her presence, although she may not even be there. And of course, we all can say that Gertie's presence was felt. We want to thank Dr. Fiola. Although she was not present, she contributed a great deal to ensuring that this event was successful. Of course, our staff member who's not here today, Taisha Pierre, who did a phenomenal job from start to finish to ensure the success. We also want to thank our assistant CM, Katia Filippo, for all of her hard work. I was actually introduced to, for the first time, to a young lady in communication who did an amazing job. And I mean, literally up until Saturday into Sunday, we were working together to make sure that the visuals were on point, and I really appreciate her taking the time to make sure that took place. So shout out to the communication department, and specifically Chrisline Percival, digital media specialist. Thank you so very much. You did a phenomenal job. We appreciate your sacrifice. We want to thank our new addition, Madame Beltova. Betty, thank you so very much, who jumped in and just was just able to fill all types of shoes. And so we really appreciate that. Thank you so very much. At this time, I am going to open the floor. If I missed anyone, for someone to help my senior moment. Thank you. Commissioner Faja.
I thanking our panelists. Hopefully they're watching, because they gave us, well, I can't say it was a performance, but the insights that they shared with us, their experience, they pretty much opened up to the public, and they did share great insights with the public. And the passion for what they do, for who they are as women, it was so evident through their words. And the pride was there. Yeah. I feel yesterday, thanks to, well, was it yesterday? No, Sunday.
Sunday.
Thanks to those panelists, it was a great time to be a woman at that event.
Yeah. Absolutely.
It felt great to be a woman.
Absolutely.
So I would like to thank all of our panelists. Tanya Ostistel, Tanya Oba, Stéphanie Dosius, Erika Dugé-Augustin, Cynthia Derival, and Tanya Shimi. Thank you very much for Sunday. You made it even better. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Commissioner Pazmino?
Yeah, it was a great event. I would like to thank the volunteers, because though we had a few, they were very helpful. And I know one of them was Dr. Joanne. I don't know, Nurse Joanne. I don't know her last name, but me and her were helping in the catering line. And
Joan Howard.
Joan Howard, she was very polite. And I know there was other young ladies helping at the registration table and afterwards. So I want to thank all the volunteers.
Excellent. Thank you so very much. Dr. Etienne?
Yes, absolutely. This was, I think, if I had to rate, this was one of the best brunch we've had for the women, for many reasons, not only because the room was packed, but also the fact that we had plenty of volunteers, thanks to the Rotary Club, North Dade Rotary Club, thank Dr. Nori Glickman. Thank you to Global Innovative Foundation volunteers, Miami-Dade College, and of course the Jamaican Nurses Association, and Hannah. I know Dr. Miller was very instrumental in helping with the setup with the lungs, so thank you, Dr. Miller. I do have one feedback. I think that being that we're a diverse body, that we need to have all types of women, including Latino, and of course today's the kickoff of Hispanic Heritage Month. And I do think that we need to make sure we have across the board, even in Chinese, because I know Nori always say, oh, I'm the only Chinese. I'm the only Chinese on the board, but we do need to be mindful about bringing diversity across when we have our panelists. And I have to say this, Commissioner Faja Muller, you did an outstanding job as the moderator, and you very poised. The words were articulated in a way that everyone could hear you, and I appreciate that. So I appreciate that.
Thank
And, you know, we have to give credit where credit is due. When you have a leader who truly believes in the mission and want to make sure that the city, the women in this city benefits, I have to give kudos to our chairwoman, Dr. Naomi Blamure, for her leadership, because she worked very hard as well with the team, and our wonderful vice chair. I know I was in a car with her driving from miles and miles going to pick up the collecting checks,
Vendor.
collecting donations. And I tell you, when you have someone who really go above and beyond, I think the fact that you recognize her publicly on Sunday, that meant a lot to her, and it meant a lot to all of us to see that. So thank you for that. And our commissioner was Gumpierre. I didn't know you were such a beautiful line dancer. You did a great job with the women. And thank you for using all your contacts as well, because I know you did promote this event as well. We appreciate you.
My pleasure.
Thank you, thank you. Commissioner Vice Chair Glickman, any thank yous?
Thank you all for recognizing me. Thank you.
Commissioner Rose Gumpierre, any recognitions?
Sure, definitely. The first person I have in mind is, or the first crew I have in mind is the maintenance crew. Because as you know, before and after, to use that big center, Scott Calvin, and to have it prepared for us, and after we leave, for them to clean, I think we should recognize, acknowledge the work that the maintenance crew did before and after. Second in line is Florence Elie, who accepted the invitation to come and sing the national anthem for us. Third in a row, I put him third. However, in my heart, and in yours as well, he and his team should be first, or must be first, because we may want to do whatever we do. If we don't have archives, it's like we lose the moment. So that's the reason why I want to send a special thank you to Sonny, whose real name is Jean-Sonny Zulerion, and Gautien Bernard, nicknamed Gogo, who did a phenomenal job before the event to promote it, and after the event, where they spent hours. Not only that they came in person to film, but also they stay late at night to put together a YouTube video and Facebook post for us. If we do have archives right now, in addition to the photos, it's thanks to them.
Yes.
And they did it with all their heart, for free. So if we have to put donation in kind here,
Yes.
they should be listed. So thank you publicly to them, and their name is BPX TV Réseau, Jean-Sonny Zulerion, nicknamed Sonny, and Gautien Bernard Gogo. Thanks again on behalf of the Commission.
Thank you so very much, Commissioner Grand-Pierre, at this time, did we catch everyone? Is there anyone that we missed? I'll give another
Yeah.
minute.
Yeah, we did. I forgot to mention the youth ambassadors. I have a group of youth ambassadors who came to volunteer from Global Innovative Foundation. So, when you have youth volunteer, I think that's great. There was a young lady who assisted with the raffle. She was just amazing, running the room, making sure that we had the tickets going around the room. What was her name?
That's Luna Star from the Rotary Club.
What's her full name?
Luna is here. Her name is one of the volunteer. Is
Dorceline.
number 2.
Okay. I noticed the other volunteers were not listed on here, but it's okay. I would like to acknowledge the following volunteers who work tirelessly in the food line. Joan Howard, she's a past president of the Jamaican Nurses Association of Florida. We had Dr. Marjorie Lozama, past president of the Haitian American Nurses Association. We had Brianna Peen, and there was one more. Hold on a second. I'll just pull it up right quick. I want to make sure they get recognized as well as youth ambassadors. Brianna S. Peen and Ariel, Abriel Richard, and Claire Falcon. And so these are youth ambassadors. So thank you very much if you're watching.
Excellent. Thank you so very much. At this time, we are going to go to outstanding invoices. So staff, we would like to ensure that CATS is paid their balance due of $5,000.
Oh, wow.
The next invoice that's outstanding is to Gertie for decor. Okay, as we know, our DJ was donated to us by our vice chair, Dr. Glitman. Our fitness coach was paid on site. We have a balance of a $400 expense to our photographer. Now I know that the actual expense is $350, Vice Chair.
Yeah.
I know that he's actually been with us before, so he is a vendor, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, great. All right. We have $318 to be paid out for printing. Okay. And a fee of $100 to be paid out to the city of North Miami for social media. And then a fee of $2,200 to JC Entertaining. Okay?
Who's that?
Draping.
Oh, the draping. Okay.
And so if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to myself or Dr. Glitman. What we would like to know, I know it's kind of hard to ask Ms. Petrov to give us an idea of when these are going to be paid out, because we know you would not know. But please ensure that it is immediately communicated to Madame Filippo, and so she can give us an idea of when these checks will be cut. It has come to our attention that from prior events, we have, part of the reason why we paid the fitness coach on the spot is because last year he was not paid. And so we want to ensure that we address that, and we ensure that vendors are not only paid, but paid in a swift manner. Okay.
Madam Chair, we have some, like, for example, there were some outstanding balance even from from the previous events that we haven't paid yet. The Vice Chairwoman can tell you that there's those costs. You want to mention that?
Yeah, just the from the beginning, the new year, the board have approved for $500, and the water, and then for the last
Massage.
event we have is the massage that I have paid for the board is $250. Yeah, and then I buy different item, but it's okay. I will donate those.
So,
$700.
so in addition to the printing, we just went, and so $750 from prior events, and then for this year, the $318. Now, we only have a balance of
352.
$357, and so at our next meeting, we can figure out, what we're going to do with this. But I do believe that before the year ends, every commissioner should put some effort in bringing an additional $500. I don't think it's fair that we, as a commission, put events together and we have one or two people, paying for things, covering for things, and they don't get paid, or they're not reimbursed back. And so in order for us to be respectful of each other's resources, we have to raise money, right? It should not just be, we should just not come to meetings and just vote on items, and then when events come, we show up on the day of the events and we do not contribute to raising funds. And I was shocked when Dr. Glitman said to me, oh, I wasn't paid for this, I wasn't paid for that. And then again, for the coach to state that he had not been paid, I was taken back. And so this is why this year we made sure that the vice chair put a document together, a report that states all that came in, all that needs to go out. And so by the next meeting, we will ensure that we have copies of checks that were made out to these individuals. And so we walk away at the end of December knowing everyone was taken care of. Commissioner Glitman?
I thank you for letting me speak about the last event. The same event we did last year, the second annual event, we have raised $400. So with the $400 and the balance $357, so we have, if they pay the $750, we have $7 left. So we are not negative. That's very good sign. Thank you.
Thank you. So let's make and obviously I'm putting this on the table, and I know not everybody's comfortable with raising money, but I think that it's a good exercise. And if you're going to serve in public office, you should get comfortable with raising money for the cause, right? So if you believe in something and you are actually participating in it, you should take part in every aspect of it. And as a commission, in order for us to roll out programs, in order for us to have events, we have to raise money, okay? And so
I agree with
moving
you
along.
100%.
Moving along, so just to put it on the record, I'm going to bring it to a vote, and so we can hold each commissioner accountable by the end of December to bring an additional $500. We need to pay our vice chair back her funds, and we need to make sure that we pay our coach who came, and every year
Yes.
for 3 years, and you see the type of person, the character. He didn't say anything until he came back. And when we called him back, and he says, okay, cool, this year, can I please have my money on the spot? And I said, sure, no problem. So after the event, he shakes the chair, the vice chair, and he says, thank you for making sure I got paid this year. And so I just looked at him, and he's like, yeah, I didn't get paid last year. So we don't want, and we understand it's overwhelming. You know, people have a lot to do, but we want to ensure that that doesn't happen again. So at this time, I'm putting on the floor a motion for each commissioner to raise $500 by December 31st.
I second the motion.
Thank you. Roll call. Commissioner Woods-Gampier? How do you vote? Commissioner Faraja?
Yes.
Commissioner Pazmino? Naomi, how do you vote? Yes.
Yes.
Okay, the
Did they
motion,
call you?
She
She
called me
said-
Naomi.
She said, Naomi, how do you vote?
I said yes, and then she knew she was next.
Oh,
Dr. Glitman, how do you vote?
Yes.
Okay, so the motion passes
mm-hmm.
5-1.
Yeah.
Okay, so each commissioner would be responsible to bring in an additional $500 upon closing the year, December 31st. And it's pretty easy. You know, we all have women that we connect with in the city. We can have staff put a letter together if you don't feel comfortable actually reciting a skit. You can just say, hey, I'm part of the Commission for Women. We are raising money to ensure that we close out the year with some funds, $25, $35, $100, whatever you can. I'm going to forward you the letter to tell you more. Simple as that. They either say yes or no. They make the checks out to the city of North Miami. In the memo, they put Commission for Women, or they can purchase a money order. And so I think if we start practicing that, number one, we will never close the year out dry. Number two, when Councilwoman Mary Estime Irvin gives us our allocation for the year, where she's adding to what we've already contributed. And it's great to have a commissioner, a council person who believes in it and puts money into it, but what are we doing, financially speaking?
I'd like to make a recommendation that we be added to the council's agenda, if possible, for us to present our concerns to the council as a body, as it relates to the activities of the city. Second, I'd like to say that for the record, I brought in 3 vendors, and just because somebody did not bring a vendor, that does not mean that their contribution is minimized. I wanted to make sure that when we all sit here that we feel comfortable, because there are some people who may not be able to raise the $500. And so I want, because some things you can't put a price on it, because there are certain things that somebody contributes that it can be worth more than $500. And so we should support each other as women and say that we're here to support each other. In the event you cannot raise it, maybe you can find some kind of in-kind or some sort of, something to, because some people may not give the money, but they may give an in-kind contribution towards our event. So I want to make sure that we all feel comfortable knowing that each person because I can tell you from the beginning, when they asked me for a list of everybody to invite, I communicate all of that too. You cannot equate that money. You cannot equate my contacts to bring people to the table. So I want to make sure that I'm not speaking for me. I'm speaking for all of us as a team, that we just need to support each other and say, hey, I didn't raise the money. What else can I bring forward? Even though I voted for it, I want to make sure that we feel comfortable with our decision.
If I may, Madam Chair.
Sure.
As women, we should make sure as well that we are in control of our budget.
Yes.
if we have $5,500 to spend, we better not count on outside money to organize or to plan an event. We must stay within the budget. And if we have additional donations, then we can plan something else. And also we can plan on putting on adding on what we plan to do. So not planning an event above budget, not knowing exactly where we will find the money. So I would suggest that if we have $100, we plan for $100 or less. Thank you so much. That's what I had to say.
So I'm gonna be very tactful about this. The money that Councilwoman gives us, that is not the budget. We have a responsibility as a commission to put a budget together every year for our events. It's a contribution to the budget. And so if we are not comfortable with putting a budget together and raising the money, and we just want to depend on the $5,500 she gives us for the entire year, we will not even be able to service not even 10% of the women.
That's true.
It's impossible. So please, I am respectfully asking that we understand the amount of women that we are called to serve. The city of North Miami is 51% women. We have about 60,000 residents. That means we have close to 30,000 women for us to serve. Even if we said we wanted to reach 3,000 women a year, it is impossible to do that with $5,500. So as a board, moving forward, we have to ask ourselves, in taking this role, what are we willing to really contribute to the role? And what does it really take to actually make the impact? And I think that because we don't talk about money, or we've never really put an emphasis on it, it seems as if it's not part of the role when it is. And so maybe it's unfortunate that I have to be the one to put the emphasis on it, but I want us to understand, if we put out a brunch for any time of the year, and we open up the registration, and 200 people sign up, immediately that should tell us we have an audience.
To the chair.
They want to hear from us, and they want to participate. And so to say to them, well, 200 of you can't come because we could only afford 50. Essentially, that's what we would be saying if we don't raise additional funds. We can only serve 50 of you, although there's about 30,000. That's not the level of leadership that I represent.
Madam Chair.
Let me finish, please. And so, before the end of the year, I would like for us to consider what is a reasonable budget. And I understand not everybody's comfortable in raising money. I get it. I was not always comfortable in raising money, but you have to actually apply yourself, and then you get comfortable doing it. Because if it's something you believe in, if it's something you're passionate about, you grow the comfort level to do it. And so, as I have made it, as I have communicated to everyone, December 31st will be my last meeting, the month of December, but I would love for us to close out the year. It doesn't have to, it's not what I think we should raise. What are we comfortable raising, knowing that when we marketed something to the entire city, 200 and something women showed up. So what is it that we're comfortable to do. How are we going to position ourselves so that we can show up? Commissioner Etienne?
I was just going to say, then we need to consider not having free events, because if we're going to fundraise, this is not the first. I'm sure people can pay $50 to come to a luncheon. I think we need to consider doing a fundraiser instead of saying, oh, we're going to do something free and we have no money to pay for it, and you're going to depend on the commissioners to raise the fund in short time. We also have to look at how we plan and the timing. When you have a month, let's just say I'm saying a month to plan something, the amount of, to be successful, we need a whole year and the planning for that event. So for next year, we should start thinking about now. How do we market? How do we do our, sponsorship package? And how do we promote it starting now for next year? Pick the date, and then that's going to be free, because when you give people something for free, the whole world's going to show up. So I
just
recommend
wanna
we don't do
put a
free
pin.
events.
I would just want to put a pin in there, and staff can correct me. There is a stipulation.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
We can't
and so, no. When the city is sponsoring something, there is stipulations on what can be done and what should be promoted as a paid event. So we're going to allow staff to speak to, sorry? No, I know. So we're going to ask you to please find out what is allowed.
We need orientation on that.
My understanding is that there are some, when you're using government money, there are some things that there are boundaries. So let's find out what the boundaries are,
Okay.
and so we can operate within the boundaries. Thank you so very much. Moving on to
I have
our
one
next.
question. So those who attended, were they all North Miami residents?
No.
No, we open, when we have events, we open up to the general public and people sign up. But the monies that is utilized is coming from taxpayers.
No, because I know the purpose of this commission is to help women in North Miami.
Correct.
So that's one of the questions I have besides the luncheon, because I'm new. What else have we done to help the women in North Miami?
So I think that the first session that you were here, we went over all of the initiatives that we voted on. If you do not have a copy of that, I can get another copy to staff and they can email it to you. So right off the top of my head, there is the 25 female startup, which we know Dr. Etienne is working diligently to raise the $25,000 that would allow 25 women in the city of North Miami who desires to own a business, to start a business, to register the business on Sunbiz, and to help them with basic branding of that business. We also voted on Empower Her, which I think you were here when we voted on that, and that is a mentorship program for women of all ages in the city of North Miami that convenes once a month, and Commissioner Faraj Shah is the leader in that, and the month of October is going to be the first one. And so while we are talking about that, we ask that staff could please ensure that Commissioner Faraja has a flyer for that event by the end of the week. Friday, we've been asking for that flyer for months, and we still have not been able to obtain it, and October is fast approaching. Okay. In addition to that, we have Get Fit NOMI, which also required for us to raise funds, which we're not able to. And so the idea here is that there are things that are on pause because we did not raise the necessary funds in order to push them out to the public.
So these are ideas that started 2 years ago, like in the past 2 years. Other than the luncheon, has there been other events?
Absolutely.
I have a whole
So again,
notebook
I mean,
of
I
events.
can't have,
Not right now.
I cannot go down the list, but Dr. Etienne, if you want a list of events that have taken place, I'm sure she can give that to staff, and staff can email you. I will specifically make sure that you get the initiatives that were voted on, and that we said that this is how we want to service
Yeah,
the
those
women
I
in the
remember from
city.
the first meeting, but I didn't know the past events.
Okay.
I'll be more than happy to share.
Dr. Etienne can share that with you.
When we
And we actually asked communication to put a link on the website. Going forward, you're going to be able to just go on the website and click on the date of the event, and then you'll see more about it.
Okay.
so to start off,
Dr. Chen, in the interest of time,
okay, we'll
please.
share our slides with you.
you can share all information with her. Thank you so very much. Moving along, we have Empowering Women's Health in North Miami, sponsored by Commissioner Dr. Etienne. Dr. Etienne is presenting to the North Miami Commission
Policy.
a proposed recommendation. It is an evidence-based policies that address urgent health needs among women in North Miami with a focus on mental health access and chronic disease prevention. At this time, I will give her 1 minute to speak more on it.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Per our last couple of meetings, Madam Chair reiterated that we, as a commission, we have responsibility not only to be the liaison and giving council recommendations, but we also need to come up with policies. And we also, in the past, had Katia Saint-Fleur come in and share some ideas with us on how, if you wanted to craft policies, how we should move forward. And so having said that, we need more training in drafting policies, but I did take a look at the zip code that is most affected in the city of North Miami, which is zip code 33161. And so in looking at that, I wanted to recommend that we address some of the urgent needs of women in North Miami with a focus on mental health access and chronic disease prevention. The proposal outlined those two health priorities based on the regional health data and community feedback. If you recall, Dr. Magda, we did a survey 3 years ago in which outlined some of the issues that are affecting our women, particularly women of color, low income household and underserved neighborhood. And we felt that North Miami women face these elevated rate of depression, anxiety, and trauma, yet they lack access to affordable, culturally responsive mental health services. So this proposal recommends the creation of a women's mental health collaborative, offering free counseling, peer-led support group, and trauma-informed care through partnership with local clinics and nonprofits. As we know, within our city, we do have some local clinics and nonprofit organizations who will be more than happy to collaborate with us. In terms of chronic disease prevention, we see that diabetes not only affecting our women, but also affecting men as well. But diabetes and hypertension combined, with over 24% of adults affected with hypertension and 8.6% affected by diabetes, our targeted interventions are essential. So the proposed Community Health Navigator program will deploy train women leaders to provide education, health screenings, and referrals in underserved neighborhood. This initiative will focus on nutrition. We already have the physical activity, and again, chronic disease management. These policies will empower women, reduce health disparities, and foster a healthier, more resilient North Miami. As a NOMI Commission for Women, I serve as an advisory capacity to recommend policies that address health and welfare of the women in the city of North Miami. Therefore, these are the two ideas that we come together as that I'm bringing to the commission for consideration. And I do have the policy recommendation on how we would outline. Each policy has its recommendation for the women mental health. We would, I've already break it down on how we can do it. Our implementation strategy would be a 12-month pilot with quarterly evaluations. And how we're going to do this, we're going to need our stakeholders, such as the city council, local health systems, nonprofit, and community leaders to come together. Like any initiative, we need funding sources. So when the city put together, and we need to have a meeting with the city manager, because the city health budget must be part of this. If we receive any federal grants, when we talk about mental health, particularly with SEMSA, we need to make sure that we garner some funds through that, but also through philanthropic partnerships. How do we plan to evaluate this? We have to have some metrics. You know, when we have our ROI, which is a return on investment, we have to make sure that we look at, for our city, was there a reduced an emergency room visit for mental health crisis? Is there increased participation in our wellness program? And last but not least, increased birth outcome, because we know diabetes can cause women to have, hypertension can cause a lot of postpartum, not only problem, but we also make sure that our women are healthy. And I also included our equity and inclusion statement. This proposal centers equity by prioritizing women of color, immigrants, LGBTQs, individuals, and low-income residents. All program will be designed with cultural humility, multilingual access, and community input. And last but not least, following this pilot, you know, we have to have a sustainability and scalability plan. We want to make sure that we integrate this policy into the city so they can have long-term funding that will be pursed through public-private partnership. We may even develop training modules that will be developed by the city staff so that we can also educate the staff and volunteers on how to stay healthy. And last, the proposal aligns with the Miami-Dade County's Thrive by 5 initiative and draw inspiration from. And again, we have New York's Women's Health Strategy. This model demonstrates effectiveness for community-based, equity-driven health interventions. I want to say thank you to our chairwoman, Blamira, for putting the call out to us to come up with a policy. Not only did I come with one, but we have 2
Very good.
that we can work on if we agree to go for it. Thank you. We will
Thank-
present it to council once it's approved by this body.
Thank you so very much, Commissioner Etienne. I'm very grateful that you did this. It's one of those things, sometimes you feel like you're here and you're talking and then it's just thin air. And thank you. Thank you for your leadership. I think this is a powerful proposal, and I would like to move it to a vote.
Through the chair, can we talk about it, the idea?
Yeah.
Can we have any question?
Oh, sure, if you want to open it up for discussion.
Yeah.
Okay, sure, go ahead.
Is there any cost?
Because of the model, it's a proven evidence-based model that we would collaborate with different stakeholders. Being that I am a practitioner, family nurse practitioner, nurse educator, and so on, we have connection with nonprofits that can actually provide this type of service free. But there are going to be costs associated, because when you're doing metrics, you have to, just the same way you have to print items, those will come after. Afterwards, if we agree, then we have to present the council with a
Budget.
budget as to how, you know, they can infuse that into their decision.
Thank you. May I ask you to follow up with that? Thank you.
Before we can follow up, we have to
So that we can address to everyone if we can do this. This is a very interesting big project.
I think what I would like to suggest is that maybe we can put a one-pager together with a summary of costs, and then by the time we have it go before the council, we can have it itemized. So maybe for the next meeting, we can have Commissioner Etienne
I can prepare.
prepare a
something.
one-pager.
Yes, an executive summary.
Excellent. We
Okay.
can do that. Commissioner Rose Gampier?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I think it's an excellent initiative from Dr. Etienne. I'm not surprised at all. And then it has my full attention, and I would give it my full approval for it to move forward as soon as you have the budget, so that we have an idea of what we are putting ourselves into. Thank you for putting this together. I think this is a first, and many more will follow, because I know we do have needs in the community, and we need definitely more policies.
If I may, the way we have to present this to the council is that these are policy recommendations. For example, for the Women's Mental Health Collaborative, when we say we're providing free counseling services for women, peer-led support in community centers, trauma-informed train for local providers, and annual mental health awareness campaign, those can be adjunct activities with each of the council's activities. So the Commission for Women will have a table, a booth, and we can provide these information to the city. We can collaborate with each of the council and their health fair, health activities that they're doing, and doing these free sessions. We can actually, for the health navigator, this is a training that we will do to locate, to train women. And when we say we would do health fairs, like I said, the city does health fairs all the time, right?
Yeah.
And so it doesn't cost us money to be at the health fair. I think the fact that we have the policy in place, that would encourage us as commissioners to be there, ensuring that it doesn't necessarily have to be us doing the screenings. I can reach out to a nonprofit. I don't need to name any, but I can say, hey, I would like for you to participate at the city health fair because this is what we have in mind. Hey, I can call Webati Sante Mental and say, I need you at this event because we're doing free counseling for women. And so when we talk about budget, I don't want us to limit our stuff when we're thinking about money, because a lot of these things does not require funding. It requires collaboration with the various stakeholders.
I agree with you. I agree with you.
Thank you so very much, Commissioner. I just want to emphasize that when you bring forth a policy, it is a suggestion based on the need.
Yes.
Now, once we approve it, then we can say we are going to work on X amount of dollars to do it. And I love what Commissioner Etienne stated. Don't focus on how much it's going to cost for you not to actually envision it happening. We can do it on different scales, and we can do it in collaboration with other stakeholders or other organizations. The point being, we want to offer this to the city. Now, next round is how are we going to offer it to the city? Then we would go into costs and all of these things. But I think right now, at face value, what she is presenting is excellent. We should take it, run with it. Obviously, I'm open to having the discussions, but now when she comes back next month and says, okay, this is my one-pager budget, then we can say, okay, well, I'm not too comfortable with that amount. Let's scale. Let's see how we can partner. I'm hoping we can start moving forward with that mindset. Don't get blocked from how much it's going to cost. Let's look at it at face value. Let's look at the impact, and then let's see, okay, based on who we're serving and what the impact is going to be, what can we do? And pull in stakeholders, have conversations with clinics. There are so many clinics in the city of North Miami, and I think they would be elated to partner with us
Yeah.
in any capacity. And so I think that just puts us out there for us to start having those conversations and going a little deeper. Okay?
Yeah, and again, just to remind everyone, this was, this proposal stemmed from the results, well, not completely, but some of the results,
Survey.
some of the survey results that we did with the city of North Miami initially, and
With the
then
inaugural event.
at the tea, yeah, we did this at the tea party. Thank you, Nora, for the tea party. And so we did this at the event, and then we said that we would continue to do, and we did our remember you had asked us to put together the health at the plaza, and I presented on breast cancer. I mean, on domestic violence, and there was a physician who presented on domestic. So we are doing things for the city based on data that was collected by the women from the city.
Yeah. I
Okay.
remember that survey.
You remember that? Okay.
Sure.
Thank you.
Commissioner Faraja,
Got my record.
I think we should put it to a vote. It's a great initiative.
thank
I'm ready
you.
to give my full support.
Thank you.
Was there a motion? I'm sorry.
I did make the motion, but then
There was
the vice chair opened it up for discussion. Commissioner Pasmino?
No, I think it's a great initiative because I do interact with the city of North Miami. They do ask me, what do you guys actually do? But you did answer something because my question was like, that's great, but if somebody needs advice or wants to talk to somebody about mental wellness, where would it be? But you just said it'll be at different health
glad you
fairs.
brought that up.
And hopefully we will get a situated place that
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I mean,
No,
tonight
it's-
we don't have to go into those details, but right now I can tell you one of our past former members is a licensed social worker, and
Yes,
he has
she
an
was an
office
honoree.
here in North Miami.
No, I
and she was
understand.
an honor.
That was the first thing that came to my mind, but as she was addressing it, I'm like, oh, well, she already obviously has this all planned out. So yeah. I'm
Yeah.
ready to
So
vote.
I don't want us to focus tonight so much on the how. I would like for us to vote on it, allow her to put the one pager together. And if there are any additional things you would like to know, we can send out an email and say, in addition to the one page budget, can you please consider A, B, C, D? In the interest of time, I want to vote on it as is, and then let's work to do the
budget.
work. And the work includes the budget, who we're going to collaborate with. By the end of this year, we should not allow the end of this year to come and we not execute this. There's absolutely no reason, right? So it's just a matter of working. You know, we just need to do the work.
We could pick at least one recommendation to work on.
And if you go home, you read it, and you're like, okay, well, you know what? I think I just want to focus on one thing, and women's mental wellness collaborate. That is fine, but let's just do it.
It is my hope that we will compile a resource directory as a result of this, making sure we have a resource directory. I was looking at the Dade County Commission on the Status of Women, an old directory way back in 1995. And thanks to Dr. Miller, who found it in her library, and she gave it to me. And I said, as a result of this project, we can compile a resource list for the commission, for the women in the city, so that we can give them that directory, and that is for women. All the services that women can get from the city. So I think
No, I love
That's
that.
something we
I
can work on.
attended a NAMI conference in Miami Gardens, and I was like, North Miami needs this, needs
Yeah.
a place where residents, if they have a certain issue, know where to automatically go to. And then I
Yes.
did speak to the person of NAMI, and then she said something about doing something with our police department, but it got canceled at the last moment. So no, I like stuff
we have
like
contact with NAMI. We can certainly invite them to our event.
I mean, yeah.
Okay. Again, well done, Commissioner Etienne.
Yes, ma'am.
I love it.
Yes.
Okay. It's on the floor for a vote. Do I have a second?
I second.
Roll call. Commissioner Robespierre, how do you vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Faraja, how do you vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Pasmino, how do you vote?
Yes.
My vote is a yes.
Yes.
Commissioner Etienne, how do you vote?
I vote yes. Right?
Item passes unanimously. Great job.
Thank
Great
you.
job, Commissioner.
Thank you.
Okay, and at this time, I think that Commissioner Etienne has opened the floodgates, and so I'm just going to ride with it. I ask that every commissioner, not at the next meeting, but by the November meeting, that each one of us present one recommendation. And what we can do is when we go to the next meeting to present it before council, actually, if you can, let's do it for the October meeting so that we can have 1 month to prepare it and bring it before council the last meeting in November,
Yeah,
before
I
they
was
go
gonna
on
say,
holiday.
I was gonna say, we don't want to overwhelm the council. What I would recommend is that we tackle this one and be strong together. When we speak on it, we all show up, and because this is really what they would want anyway, because we are working with them on their initiative. We just have the policy in place.
I think that would be great. So we're going to work on this. We're going to tighten it up and request staff present it to council to be put on the agenda. We will have each commissioner present something. And if you're not able to outline it the same way that Commissioner Etienne has, just bring the idea and let's work on it together as a team and we build it out. And then at the end of the year, we identify, in addition, we've already agreed and voted on Commissioner Etienne is ready to go, and we just identify 1 or 2 more and we present it, and we know that we closed out 2025 with at least 2 policies that were presented to City Council in addition to all of the other work that we've done.
As I was just thinking, if one of the commissioners can take this and run with it, we do have the youth council that we can actually, Commissioner Fortune Muller, your project can definitely, the mentorship project, we can definitely work with the youth council. If we can come up with a policy that this commission would mentor and collaborate with them through that project, that could be a policy that could be ongoing, that they look up to us as Commission for Women, and also that's, just because it goes in alignment with your project.
Yes, definitely. I see no objection to that.
Excellent, excellent. Okay, moving on with discussions. Any discussions?
Well, since I hear her recommendation, maybe I just do mine now. I was thinking to just have someone to donate, or I will do that, generator, and I will print out ticket, maybe 500 of them. So for $25, so I can raise 12,500 for the board. That will be my mission. One of my recommendations to help the board.
Well, hello, Jesus. Come on here,
Well,
somebody. All right, I love that
I think
idea.
that's an excellent idea.
Yes.
Once again, like you said, make sure you get that clear with the city.
Okay,
In
so
terms of, like you said, how
yes,
you
so
raise
why don't we? I love that idea, Commissioner Glickman. Let's put it together and then let's email it to staff.
so they
I'll
can
work
put it
on
the
with you.
agenda.
And then what we'll do is present it to them, and then they give us the parameters, and then we'll vote on it in our next meeting. I love that.
We
And-
try not to use the city money.
No, I love it. 12,500.
And being that we're still in the hurricane season, I think whoever wins that generator within the city would be beneficial
Absolutely,
to
I
that
love that.
person.
Oh,
Yeah.
great idea. All right, let's stir the pot a little bit. Anything else for discussion? And Commissioner Glickman, I will definitely work with you to find some local businesses that would want to help us pay for that generator.
She already has it.
The donation.
Oh, okay, all right, no problem.
She said, I get
Excellent. Okay,
We
wonderful.
just need to help her promote to sell the tickets.
Okay,
She's gonna sell it.
It will be my pleasure.
excellent. Thank you so very much. Anything else for discussion? All right, public hearing is now open. Seeing none, public hearing is closed. Okay, announcements. We have some really great announcements. I am honored to present to us from the Miami-Dade Commission for Women this Saturday, this September, leaders from across Florida will come together for the inaugural statewide convening of commissions on the status of women and girls in Tallahassee. For the first time, commissions from every corner of the state will gather to align priorities, share best practices, and build a coordinated network for the future. This is more than an event, it's the beginning of a statewide alliance to strengthen voices, strategies, and outcomes for communities across Florida. This will take place September 29th and 30th, 2025 in Tallahassee. It is hosted by Tallahassee Leon County Commission on the Status of Women and Girls, Florida Commission on the Status of Women, and Miami-Dade County Commission for Women. We are proud to announce that myself and co-chair Dr. Glitman will be attending this event on the behalf of the Commission for Women. We know that we have shared this information several times. We know that the schedules were not quite aligning, but if any one of us want to go and have changed our mind, please let us know. We have all of the information, how to register, when to register. I think that this is going to be one of the most spectacular events in the state. It is a convening of all Commission for Women and women that work towards the betterment of women. And I think that it will not only allow us to connect, but share best practices and see how we can further our commission. Okay? There will also be a dinner where they would be, there is a, I don't want to say it incorrectly. So we also have Florida Women's Hall of Fame, which was established in 1982. There will be an induction ceremony. And Belle Yates Bear, Mary Brickell, Dottie Groover Skipper will be inducted into the Florida Women's Hall of Fame, and that will be on the evening of September 30th at 5:30 p.m. at the Tony Jennings Committee Room, 110 Senate Building, 404 South Monroe Street, Tallahassee, Florida. So it promises to be a phenomenal event, and we're looking forward to meeting all of the amazing women who rock across the state of Florida. Any other announcements?
I highly recommend that you all, if you have an opportunity to attend, I know my schedule, there's a conflict in my schedule, but I wanted to share that we did attend, I did attend the very first gathering, which I was an honoree in 2022 for the Community Spirit Award. And I think the Hall of Fame is something big. Usually, the governor actually. Everybody submit nomination, but at the end of the day, whoever gets elected to be there, it's a big deal. So I highly recommend that we do attend and bring back some brochure to share. I know Dr. Fleurmont at the last meeting said she was interested too.
Okay, great. So we'll make sure that we send that information out to her. If staff can resend the initial invitation to Commissioner Fleurmont so that she
To register? I think
there is a deadline. It was the 10th, but obviously if she wants to attend, we can definitely give them a call and ask for grace. Okay? Any other announcements?
Madam Chair, because Taisha is not present, but I take the liberty to announce that on Saturday the 20th, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Joe Celestin Community Center, there will be a health and wellness activity for District 4, and it will be at 1525 Northwest 135th Street, North Miami, Florida. Joe Celestin Community Center, Health and Wellness by Councilman Pierre France Charles.
Okay, thank you so very much. Any more announcement?
That same day, there's a cleanup at the Bayshore Park, also known where the dog park is, and also in Griffin Community Center. So if people want to go and help clean up, I believe it's from 8 to 11. And then the 18th, this Thursday, the police chief is having an event for women self-defense. So that if you go
this is good.
So that if you go to their Instagram page to sign up, because it does say limited, but it's the 18th from 6 to 8 p.m. And it's Women's Only Situational Awareness and Self-Defense Seminar. Join the North Miami Police Department on Thursday, September 18, 6 to 8 p.m. for an Empowering Women's Only Situational Awareness and Self-Defense.
What's your address?
Let me see where it is. It's at Griffin Community Center, and that is it's 12220 Griffin Boulevard, North Miami, zip code 33161.
Excellent. I will be there. Anyone else will be able to join us?
I'm hoping
I think that's awesome.
this Thursday,
This
December
Thurs-
18,
Oh, no, I'm flying to New York. Yeah.
Okay.
6 to 8 p.m.
Excellent.
I'm flying
Excellent.
to New York. There was an invitation that we received. You all know the celebrating the 2025 Hispanic Heritage Month started September 15th to October the 15th. The city of North Miami did put out a calendar. You know, they had their kickoff with Orlando Gonzalez back in
Last Tuesday.
and the celebration continues. But I'm happy to report today, Commissioner Grandpierre and I, we were with the Miami-Dade County Hispanic Advisory Board at their kickoff at the downtown Stephen Clark Government Center. I was there briefly. Couldn't stay long, but I was there and network with our colleagues, and it was a beautiful event. So I want to say kudos to Dr. Grisel Moreno, who's the program director for that board, for the Hispanic board at Miami-Dade County. The mayor was there, Mayor Daniela Levine Cava, which I wish her happy birthday because her birthday, I believe, was yesterday. And so we go to these events, but just to connect and network and to let the Hispanic community know that we're here for them and support them. And I'm glad we were able to at least show a presence. The Councilwoman Mary Irvin, Estimate Irvin, did send out an invitation to us by Gertie. I put it on the chat for all of us to save the date for the business breakfast. So everybody remember that invitation? Okay, so just save that date. I don't have it right in front of me, but it is on our chat there. And then in terms of community activities, we have on October 4th, we'll have the NAN Miami chapter will host its third annual gala, and we will have on October 8th and the 9th. This is very important for our city because the Domestic Violence Oversight Board will host a screening film on domestic violence, and that will be at FIU North Biscayne Bay on October the 8th. Everybody, please save the date for October the 8th. From 6 to 9, you are invited. It's free. Invite your families and friends. I think as a commission, it is in our city, we need to show up. And as you all know, City Clerk Vanessa Joseph is on the advisory board, Domestic Violence Oversight. She's also the chair for the PEC committee, and she's also encouraging attendance as well. So I just wanted to make sure that we encourage all the women, because October is Domestic Violence Awareness, and it's also Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So as a commission, just like you had recommended last year, Madam Chairwoman, that we do something for breast cancer awareness. I think we did something great in educating the community. It doesn't have to be elaborate, but educational. Maybe we need to focus on bringing women in this chamber, and we do a presentation on breast cancer. I'd be more than happy to support that. And I just wanted for us to address those two issues in October. And then October the 9th, that same filming is going to be shown at University of Miami, and it's being hosted again by the Domestic Violence Oversight Board on domestic violence. And October there will be a domestic violence walk in collaboration with the City of Miami Gardens. I know Chief Gauss always participate on that with the city police, the victim advocate unit. So there is that walk. So if everybody want to walk, I know Global is going to be there. So if anybody want to join and be part of the walk to raise awareness on domestic violence, I think it would be beneficial to not only to our city, but also because women are affected everywhere with domestic violence. And then on October 25th, we have Hannah's Cultural Night at North Campus, again, right in our city, North Miami. Again, women, if the commission is available, we can definitely come and show, because they are going to showcase about Haitian culture and so on, and Dr. Naomi Melville's play. And so if you are available, please do attend. And last but not least, if anybody want to contribute in terms of medical mission, let me know. We can help, get your volunteers, and you all can help support this medical mission that Hannah's putting together in collaboration with Miami-Dade College and several community partners in the community.
Excellent. Thank you so very much. Any other announcements?
Yes, please. From Councilwoman Mary Estime Irvin, annual business breakfast, which will be held on October 23rd from 8:30 a.m. to 11 a.m. And the location is Joe Celestin Center, 1525 Northwest 135th Street.
When is it? October what?
23rd.
October 23rd
Thank you.
from 8:30 to 11:30. What makes our city great?
Excellent. Any other announcement?
I particularly would like to thank the committee or the board of Haitian American Faith-Based Network for inviting us, and it was a great Saturday. I thank Dr. Etienne. If you want to elaborate a little bit on it,
Sure.
it would be much appreciated. And I thank Pastor Linda Julien, for the invitation.
Linda Jean. Linda Jean is the president for the Haitian American Faith-Based Network, and I serve as a chairwoman to help educate the community, the churches actually. And so we gathered meet and greet with pastors, basically educating the pastors, allowing them the free space, to share how the impact of the TPS has impacted their church, because there are a lot of members who are afraid. There are a lot of members who they've lost because they've been deported. And so that was a space, that was a safe, psychological space for the pastors to share with the public how they felt and how we can help the congregation move forward. Being that it was done right here in the city of North Miami at Holy I kept saying holy. It's House of Glory.
House of Glory.
House of Glory Church. And they, it was a very beautiful gathering, and I thank the Commissioner Glickman and Commissioner Rose Gumpierre for being present. Again, when we do these activities, we may not be there at the same time, but the fact that you show up and it shows that, you're there to support. So thank you.
Thank you so very much. Any
have-
more announcements?
One more, and it conflicts also Thursday, September 18, in celebration for Hispanic Heritage Month, and it's Scott Galvin Center at 5:30. They're going to have Zumba class. Learn to dance Zumba with dance instructor Jesse Garcia.
Thank you so very much.
We're going to be fit for sure.
Special thanks to Dunya.
Yes, Dunya.
Dunya
Thank you,
and,
Dunya.
I want to thank
staff.
our new guest,
Staff member.
Yes, I really thank you for all your patience with our board. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Do you have a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Yes, I make a motion to adjourn the meeting at 8:36.